Hey there, welcome back to my channel. In today's tech episode, I'm so excited to be sharing with you the Andante Practice Journal app. Now this app is revolutionizing what it means to be a practicing musician in the 21st century. Forget the pencil and the paper. You don't need that. It is 21st century and we are going all digital. Now a practice journal is really great to keep you motivated, keep track of your progress. But this has that plus so much more. Anything that you would possibly need in your practice session. You can stay organized, you can have notes, you can have your metronome, you can have your tuner, and so much more. Excited about this video, go ahead and give it a like down below, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications, and let's open up the app. So at the base of a regular old practice journal, we have our notes, we have a title, what you worked on, and you can do exactly that. On the home screen here, I'll click home. You'll have all of your practice sessions listed out, and it'll be like basically a quick overview of that session. You'll have your time, you will have if you have notes, and that looks like the little text message symbol. And you can name all of these different sessions based off of what you worked on. And so you can click on these, you can go back through them just like you would with a paper journal to see what you worked on. And you can have all of these statistics. You have the exact time, the date that you practiced, the time that you practiced, you can rate your mood and your focus, and then you can go ahead and type out notes. Let's say, oh, oops, I forgot to put in a little note here. I can go ahead and edit the session, and then I can go in and manually add the notes back after the session already began. Let's say there's some really valuable information in your notes, or maybe you're doing a duet and you want to sync up to your duet partner and what you worked on. You want to share that with someone. You can go to the three dots in the corner and then share your session with that person, and it's going to share a PNG image. You can also favorite your sessions, and then they will be all marked with a heart so you can easily go back to the sessions that you'll want to go back to. But let's actually start a new session here. I'm going to go to the bottom right hand corner, that symbol in orange with that eighth note and that plus sign. That's going to start a new practice session. So immediately it's going to start timing. On the bottom we have some really lovely practice tools. We can put in notes as the practice session is going, or you can do it at the end. But let's say something comes to your mind in the moment while you're in your practice session, the timer is going to keep on going and you can still type in a note. Next we have our tuner. And what I like about this is that you can play it in different octaves, which is not typical to a standard old tuner app. So right now this would be a C4, this would be middle C. And you can do the tone or you can do the strings. Da, or just the pure tone, adjust the volume, adjust the octave. Yeah, so standard old tuner. But this way you don't even have to leave the app. You can, if you just need one little pitch and you're not next to a piano, you can just use it right inside the app. Next we have our timer. Now, although we already have a timer running in general, that's just recording your practice time from start to finish. You can also use another timer. Let's say you want to practice a piece for 5 minutes. For 7 minutes, you can go press this timer, start timer, and then it's going to ring you a notification at 10:33 p.m. So I can just cancel that. And then we have our metronome. So what's nice here is that you get a visual aid, you can see the pulse of the beat, and you can also hear it. The typical metronome click, there's a slider, adjust the tempo, minus plus if you want to adjust it that way, and then just take it off. Finally, we have a little recorder inside the app. So I can just start recording right now, bum, 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 and then stop recording. And now that recording is going to live on this session. So when I press done, this recording is actually going to live on this practice journal page, for you will. This note, it's going to have my notes, it's going to have my start time, my duration. And then once you finish, you can go ahead and chart your mood. I'm going to say I'm in a great mood right now. And my focus level, I'm going to say a 5. 5 out of 5 focus level. And then when you go back and you can say, oh, so maybe that's why I wasn't able to accomplish so much. It was only 5 minutes rather than 25 minutes, my goal. And you can refer to your notes as well. Okay, maybe that's why it wasn't as productive as I wanted it to be. And now I'm going to save this session. And then it's gonna go along on my home page. Look, we have another. But let's say I actually wanted to edit that. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. And as you can see, that memo recording is still living on the practice page. And we have our time, we have everything, we have our notes, but I wanna rename this. I don't want it to be practice. I'm gonna say, this is gonna be the tutorial video example. And boom. I'd love to take you through the stats part of the app. This is one of my favorite parts of the app. Honestly, it looks like a fitness tracker. I feel very motivated and I feel like, okay, I really want to practice. I really want to get those circles filled up. It really looks like the Apple Watch activity app, if you're familiar with that. I love the layout. I love the visual of this app. The user experience is really wonderful and it's all very smooth. So here you can see the hours practice, your sessions in the week. Right now I'm just looking at the week, my average mood, my average focus, and how that kind of all levels out based off of the data that they have in the app that you've put in. And then you have your practice time. I can change it, filtering from last 7 days to the month to a year. And if you continuously track through this app, you'll have so much data by the end of the year. It's really wonderful. And then finally, we have a journal section. So here you can have true journal entries. We have practice journal entries, and then we have just plain old journal entries if you just want to talk about your thoughts, or if you just want to put a note about how you're doing overall, your progress every month. Put in a journal entry about how you're feeling, however you'd like to use it, or use it as reminders to yourself. Remember to do this, remember to do this. Affirmations. You can take liberties with it and use it however you would a paper journal. And of course, you have the added benefit of using emojis, all the things that come with the digital space of having the phone. Finally, let's take a look at my profile here. So right now, my instrument is voice up in the top left-hand corner. And you can change your profile picture. You can also change different instruments. Let's say you're practicing 2 different instruments. You can have separate profiles and keep your journal separate for each of those. Keep those logs separated in the app. Now that is a pro feature, but I definitely recommend getting the pro to really utilize the app, to use the metronome, to use the tuner, to use it to its full advantage. I think that it's definitely worth the small price to bump it up and get that pro subscription. You can also schedule a reminder so you get a notification to go into the app and start a practice session, which can be a handy tool. And again, exporting the practice log, a wonderful thing to be able to do. If you do prefer paper, well, you'll now have it. You'll be able to print it out and have it that way. To wrap up the video, I have some final favorite features. First of all, the minimalistic design. I love it. I love the simple palette. Very clean and very easy to follow and be able to put in information. Although you are giving a lot of information, you're typing a lot of different things. I think that it's a gift rather than a chore to be able to hold on to those things. And it feels so easy to put all that information in based off of the design and the way that they went about doing all of those things and organizing it for you. Speaking of organization, that's definitely at the top of my list for this app. Being able to track your progress in a most efficient way, keeping organized, having all of the tools at your disposal right in one app. Now, I think that definitely takes the cake when it comes to this app. I love the motivation aspect of it. I love being able to share your practice sessions with other people or even to yourself, so you have it in a different format if you want to have it in a paper version, or just share it with colleagues, share it with friends, so you can keep track of each other's progress. So I do have 2 wishes in the app, and maybe this will be coming in an upcoming update, who knows? But when you start a practice session and you want to do a voice recording, ba 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 ba, I just started one, and then I'm gonna stop it. And then if I wanted to start another recording, ba 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 ba, it actually just tagged it onto that original recording. So what I wish is that it could be a separate recording on the same practice journal page, and then being able to name those recordings would be really, really helpful to find, and also just to help keep that organized, because I'll probably do a take of one song and then I'll do a different song or something like that. So I think that would be really helpful. My second wish for the app would be to have handwritten notes. So both in the session notes in the bottom left-hand corner with your practice tools, if you go to that area, to be able to have handwritten notes there, as well as the journal section in the app to have handwriting available for tablet users, for iPad. I think that would be really, really beneficial. I think the reason why people are still clinging on to the old-fashioned way of handwriting, and even if you are really strong on technology, even using like the stylus pen or the Apple Pencil to continuously take your notes, is because you absorb it in a different way. There's nothing quite like handwriting. You can type and type and type, but it's not the same. Now, for quick and easy, just type a little session note. I understand that, but let's say for a longer journal entry, if you're trying to map out the memorization of a song, the form, or share something quickly with a friend in a session, I think that that'd be really helpful to have, and just another tool in your tool belt in the app, you could say. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to start a discussion. Is this an app that you've always been waiting for, you've been searching for, you've already had a practice journal for years, but it's all been in paper and now you're switching over to digital? Or is this something that you're coming to as a new concept to keep yourself motivated? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you still going to use paper for notes and then use this app as a separate thing just to keep track of your progress? Let me know. Thanks again for watching this video. Make sure you give it a big old like, click that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications so you get notified every time I post a new video, and check out these other videos up here on my channel, and I hope to see you next time on Sing with Cinderella.